Team Krager got ourselves the man of the hour. Krager looking somehow angrier than before. How do you get angry every single time we look at you? Also, could we expect you to maybe join us? Maybe check out PTR Duels tomorrow. We got ourselves Yasia, the Warlock. We got ourselves Advo, another Warlock, with Mamaka. What's his name? Mamaka? As well as Krum Hilid. I don't know what that means. Krum. We got Yeehaw. A good old Yeehaw in there. Can I get a Yeehaw? I sound like a boomer. Gonna be a stun out of Yasa with a demo pet. Tire big damage on the Yeehaw. Doesn't go for disperse. He doesn't go for disperse. Still taking lots of damage from these pets. The healing from disperse doing very, very minimal for him. Only so much he can do, I guess. Still holding on to PI though for now. Those pets are surrounding him, and he's just getting slapped up by the tyrants. Is gonna fear all those pets super far from one another. Needs to recover a little bit of health. Whatever amount of health you can recover, any of it is going to be helpful right now. Yasha tried to set himself in a good spot. Still sticking to his Necrolord guns. I really like the Necrolord play. Stun onto Yeehaw though. I feel like I always try to give everybody like a shorter name, like Advo. Yasha Short Love. Yeah, that's his full name is Yasha Short Love. I just call him Yasha. Yeehaw, like what do I call him? Yee? It's Yee. It's Yee, boys. Yeah, Yeehaw though. I feel like it's an onomatopoeia. Stun trying to come out for a mind games wood turn, but it looks like Yasha does end up taking him out, sucking his soul dry. I'm actually surprised he didn't get any mind games heal from it, because he did have this main pet spinning next to him that should be mind games healing. But I think the demon dog has also had a bit of a bite, and since the guy wasn't gonna go for healing, Yasha was just like, I'm just gonna walk away, let the demon dog finish here. Maybe that was going on. I'm actually very surprised that Yasha did not provide any kind of healing, even though his main pet was spinning. On team 1, we also got ourselves Tasty. The man, the myth, the legend. Necrolord versus Necrolord here versus Yasha, exchanging demon bolts and lava bursts at one another. Fire elemental ready for Tasty. It's been a while, my guy. How you been, by the way? How you been? You want to join us PTR tomorrow? That'd be kind of cool. I know Shaman's got some new stuff, mostly like Ellie. There's going to be a stun trade with Yasha stun as you follow it up with a Mortal Coil, and it's going to get a Tyrant up and running. Tasty knocking all those pets back, and it's going to go jumping down. That's going to make that Tyrant walk all the way around. This is going to be an interrupt for Yasha. The Tyrant, does he put himself in a good position? Tyrant kind of stuck in place. There he goes, actually trying to get a cast out of Tasty, but he's avoiding them as best as he can. Next stun by Yasha. So that's a back-to-back stun, back-to-back interrupts onto Tasty though. It's going to get himself well up and running as Yasha is going to meet him up on a platform, trying to see if he can hit him with a fear, maybe force out a Tremor Totem. Does get a Tremor Totem out of him. Stun onto Tasty, does interrupt him with a Demon Bolts right after, back-to-back. But does he have? He does have yet another interrupt on Tasty. It's going to be Tasty landing an Earth Elemental Stun onto Yasha as it's dropping down after Tasty, just trying to heal through the damage. That's going to be Stormkeeper up for Tasty. Is going to hit a Mortal Coil to the face as the Earth Elemental is still nearby. Could provide a wall for Tasty if he needs to. Big Reflect available for Yasha, the Warlock. Tasty holding off his damage and trying to get Lightning Bolts and Earth Blasts as soon, or Earth Shocks, as soon as Yasha's Reflect is down for the count. Tasty tricking out of that stun. Still eats an interrupt. And that's going to be him running the Marilyn Soulbind with the Slime Shield. I think it's going to be pretty helpful. Trying to go for a cast, and he's trying to avoid Yasha's interrupts as best as he can. He was trying to see if he could juke him out. Yasha's staying aggressive. It's going to port directly next to Tasty with a gate. With Fleshcraft is available for Tasty. Does not have a way to interrupt him by the looks of it. We can't really see Yasha's normal interrupt. That isn't on a talent that Warlocks have to run, Demonology, to interrupt casters. But we do not have the CD on that thing, which I think it's a 24-second CD, but we just don't know if it's up or not. Going to be a stun from afar. Yasha getting more pets in there, and Tasty eats a bit of a damage. Yasha is there to meet him. This Warlock is super aggressive. I really like the aggressive play from this guy. He just tried to stay a step ahead of the enemy. He just tried to stay maybe even 20 steps ahead. Lightning Lasso for Tasty does keep Yasuo down below. Try to see if you can somehow finally disconnect from Yasuo for even a second. Big Stormkeeper available. And if Yasuo is careful, he could go for a Reflect at the right moment. Tasty trying to wait out for instant cast. It's going to be Yasuo with those instant casts reflected back to Tasty. Does stun it before he gets around the corner. Yasuo try to go a long way to try to see if he can get some casts off. And just try to make sure he's in good position. Banish for the... Oh no, the Banish does get interrupted for Tasty. Does go to interrupt the Banish. Banish for the Fire Elemental should go through. Yasuo so far has not been able to actually grounding totem it, so that the Banish doesn't go through. As Tasty wants his Fire Elemental to actually get some freebie damage onto Yasuo. So it's pets versus pets here. If Yasuo can summon to secure a Banish on the pet, he might be in a good spot. Does he even need to? Just gonna go for a flat out Tyrant. If he can somehow just stop Tasty in place, it's gonna be stunned right after. Decimated Bolt to fall. Does get interrupted on Shadow. That's a lot of pets still chasing after Tasty. Empowered by the Tyrant. Does get a stun on all those pets. Gives him a second to take a breather. Tyrant trying to get a cast off. Does he get to? That's gonna be a grounded cast. Tasty actually using grounding also very, very aggressively here for these duels. Very interesting. He used a grounding for a Banish by the looks of it, and then he used a grounding for the Tyrant just to make sure he doesn't take extra damage. Yasuo's still staying aggressive. Look at him. He's not giving Tasty any room. Stun, and I think Tasty might just go down here. I think this Warlock so far is just unstoppable. Imagine this man in 9-1 was a Demonology Warlock, dude. Imagine this man with the Demonology Warlock things that they're getting. It's going to be insane. Yasuo getting attacked by Asuma, though. From stealth, using a shadowy duel to make sure that the pets can't really join the fight and try to see if he can go it away. Yeah, I don't think he committed a lot of cooldowns there, did he? Or maybe did he wall it? He might have walled it. I wasn't really paying attention. He's gonna have a shadow step for Yasuo, and it's gonna be shortest cheap shadow ever. Super DR2 stun into Asuma, and should be able to get a fear. Does break out of that fear pretty quickly, I think, just to damage off that fell guard. And Asuma looking for that door of shadows. Has 2 charges of it by the looks of it. Does catch himself a Shadow Mill to catch a reset. Rogues are not going to be able to do that as easily in the next patch. That shield with 9-1. Flagellation onto Yasuo. Can he get away from Asuma? Try to hit him with a slow. Clock of Shadows is getting used by the Rogue. Does get a shot to Yasuo. Trying to make that Flagellation do as much damage as possible. With every single finisher during Flagellation, it's just so much damage. That's going to be a stun to Asuma. Yasuo does get himself a Decimated Bolt, but he still needs to be careful about his health. Does have a port available. Asuma could reconnect with him, decides against it. Flagellation was used. Does not really have too many cooldowns available. Well, Dance is at least not available. Shadow Blades are up. That's going to be Asuma taking lots of damage from this pest, though. Having to go for that evasion. But that Felguard already got a shovel. He's ready to bonk Asuma over the head and then dig him a shallow grave. Is that too morbid? That's kind of funny how you saw it. It's funny that your pet got a shovel, by the way. I think it's hilarious. Oh, this pet's on awesome. It looks like the shovel came in handy. Although I don't know how you're gonna dig a grave in the stone of Zandalar. I guess there's some fields behind that fence. There's a spot. Pig is gonna be up next as a fire mage, getting feared all the way to Guam, blinking in onto Yasuo with a breath. Ring of Frost to follow. Is going to run all those pests. Ring of Frost has nothing to stop his damage. Radiant Spark is available. Reflect is up for Yasuo, though, sending out more pets at Pig. Going to be Combust available, trying to make the most damage off of that Radiant Spark. I don't really know if he was able to. Yasuo did take heavy beating, though. Mortal Coil running at Pig. That's going to be Tyrant available for Yasuo. Pig is down below, trying to see if he can catch up to the Warlock, taking quite a few hits from the Tyrant, though. Alter Time available at kind of lowish health. He's not in a great spot right now. Did want to, I guess, give himself a little bit of time before the shields are back up. The Tyrant's still able to get a couple slaps into him. Interrupted him on Arcane, I believe. Or Frost? I think it was Frost. Fear onto Pig. Does have an Ice Block for it. No more defenses. Maybe has a Cauterize for it. And Yasuo looking for that Decimated Bolt big blaster play. That is going to be a stun. And all that damage is collapsing together. Yasuo so far has had himself an incredible run. Copyfin gonna be the last one left. Copyfin was a champ from last duel, and now he's getting to verse Yasuo. After Yasuo's exhausted quite a few cooldowns. No Trinket available here, no Tyrant for a while, does not have wall for a bit. But look at it, absolutely fantastic so far. Crazy. Crazy. Copyfin trying to see if he can get himself a better spot. We are 22% dampening, so the healing is going to get reduced. Does get interrupted to Yasuo. Looks like he's going for a long range play, not letting Yasuo get a Mortal Coils or anything. He could just go for drains. This is going to be a board for Yasuo. Mortal Coil into Copy. Does not have a trinket. What Copyfin trinket? Wait, what a copy trinket? Did he just trinket randomly, just say AFK maybe early in the duel? This duel has not been long enough for 2 minutes. Fear trying to come out. Yasuo is going to get stunned by the totem. That is going to get a wall here early on. Ascendance available for copy for him. Does it drop down a tremor? He does have a tremor down. Going to be a stone to copy. Yes, you could maybe go for a fear. Try a fear with the reflect chicken for copy. Oh man, that was just a yes with no cooldowns. That's just what happens when you get around out of CDs. And copy actually just went, he trinketed. He knew he couldn't interrupt the fear. He was like, you know what, wind strike. That's going to go through. That's not going to get a reflected. Cracker going to be up next. A 28% dampener. Does spear copy fin down. Copy has nowhere to go. Is going to go for a wall. Try to heal himself up as much as possible. Plenty of mana still available to convert that mana to health. Try to door of shadows could be interrupted by Cracker. That would be okay. No, actually, juke the pummel out of Cracker is going to have a leap charge back to copy. Try to stay on copy as best as he can. Copy, I think, try to go for the Panda Racial. That's not really going to last here against Kragar, especially as Kragar has an Earth Elemental chasing after him. Fear onto Copy in Rage Regen has been used by the warrior himself. And Copy is kind of running low on health in that Execute Rage. Not really looking that good. Needs mana, needs health, has the mana, but doesn't have the blue health bar. Unforge, but that's going to be Yasha with them. 4 kills. Why did it say 3? Was one of them a seed pod? Or did somebody leave? Somebody must have left, I guess.